Here we go. Hi, everybody. It's me, Sailor Mars, Raye here. And today I'm going to review Clash of the Champions. And Clash of the Champions started out with Clash of the Champions kickoff with Alicia Fox taking on Nia Jax. Now, yeah, I know people are going to have their opinions already, for this. But I thought this match was good. I enjoyed it. I thought Alicia Fox and Nia Jax did very well together in this match. I enjoyed it, and Nia Jax defeats Alicia Fox, and it was Clash of Champions itself, starting with the New Day, Biggie Langston and Kofi Kingston taking on Cal Anderson and Luke Gallows for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. And this was a really good tag team match. I know people are going to try to compare it to tag team matches in the past and stuff. And they're going to try to say, well, it wasn't anything, they're going to have their own opinion. But I thought it was a good one. I enjoyed it. I really felt that this was a really good tag team match and, could have gone either way. There were some times in this match where you thought that Cal Anderson and Luke Gallows had it won. At the end, the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston defeat Cal Anderson and Luke Gallows and retain the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. Then we had TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. TJ Perkins, the newest person to win the WWE Cruiserweight Championship since it was brought back for CD Hornfogel. It was a really good match. I enjoyed it. I felt that TJ Perkins and Brian Kendricks worked very well together. I know there's going to be people that are going to try to compare it to the Cruiserweight matches in WCW or in WWF or in WWE at one point in the past, People are going to try, to say it wasn't, they're going to have their own little opinion on it. But I think it was a really good match, and I enjoyed it. TJ Perkins defeats Brian Kendricks. Then after that, we had Antonio Cesaro versus Sheamus Asari in a best out of 7 series. This match was good, enjoyable because it was not some. Each they tried to do a submission move and the other one wouldn't submit, and they tried doing a pin and the other one would kick out, and it was just back and forth between those two, and them trying everything to put the other one down. But at the end, the match had to be called off because Antonio Cesaro and Sam Asari went through the security barricade, and the trainers and the referee felt that the match should not continue. I know people are going to complain about that and say, well, they would have never done that in the past or something, or blah, 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 whatever. I still thought it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Even though neither man won the match, they're still tied 3-3 right now. Moving on, we have Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho. This was a really good match. I enjoyed it. I felt that Sami Zayn and Chris Jericho worked very well together, especially for the first time they've actually been in the ring. And just like the previous match, there were a lot of times where you thought Sami Zayn hadn't won, you thought Chris Jericho hadn't won. It could have gone either way. Chris Jericho defeats Sami Zayn. Then after that, we had the WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Championship match with Bayley versus Sasha Banks versus Charlotte Flair. Really good match. I felt that Bayley and Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair did very well together. Submission moves were countered. Pins were broken up. This was a really good match. Could have gone either way between those three. Now, I know people are going to complain. They're going to say it wasn't like any of the women matches from the past or something, try to compare it to those. But I felt it was really good and I enjoyed it. And at the end, Charlotte Flair defeats Bayley and Sasha Banks retains the WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Championship. Then we had Roman Reigns versus Alexander Rusev for the WWE United States Championship. Really good match. Roman Reigns and Alexander Rusev worked very well together. There were a lot of times in this match where everybody thought Roman Reigns hadn't won either by the Superman punch or the spear. And everybody thought Alexander Rusev had it won by the kicks to the head, and after, after Glade, I guess, or I don't know. Accolade, that's what it was. Really good match, I enjoyed it. Felt they worked very well together. Now people are going to complain and say that neither men work very well together and blah, blah, blah. They shouldn't be putting people like them together, but that's their opinion. But I felt that Roman Reigns and Alexander Rusev worked very well together, and I enjoyed this match. And Roman Reigns defeats Alexander Rusev and becomes the new WWE United States Champion. Then it was Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. Really good match. I mean, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns worked very well together. There were a lot of near falls going on, where Seth Rollins would kick out of a move, and so would Kevin Owens. And then as they were trying to cement each other, the other wouldn't cement. I mean, it was a, that was a really good match. I mean, there were a lot of times where you felt it could either favor Seth Rollins, or it could have favored Kevin Owens. Well, Chris Jericho also played a role in the match, but either way, it was still a good match. And Kevin Owens defeats Seth Rollins and retains the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. Anyway, that's my Clash of Champions review. Now, I know before I end this video, people are going to try to say, well, it was nothing like the Mid-Atlantic World Championship Wrestling or World Championship Wrestling Clash of the Champions. Well, it wasn't supposed to be. I mean, it was either a renew or a reboot of it. But but I felt that the version of the continuation of the show was good. That's it. I'm I'm Salem Mars Raye, and I hope you enjoyed this video.